I am Princess Fawzia, then Empress Fawzia, then just Fawzia. My grandfather was Khedive Ismail, and my father was the Sultan, then King, Fuad. My brother was the last king of Egypt, Farouk. My first husband was the last Shah of Yemen, Muhammad Reza Pahlavi. Much has been written about me. The world was laid at my feet, and yet it also trampled me underfoot. The British journalist David McNicoll wrote about me in the Daily Telegraph from Sydney in April 1949.
A man's voice. Fawzia, the most beautiful woman of the East, indeed, the most beautiful woman on earth. In a world that values both greatness and beauty, it has become rare to find them combined in our time. For some reason, we live in a world that does not seem rich with many beauties who steal the spotlight. Even France, which has long produced women who combined beauty and influence to become legends, seems today devoid of striking beauty. The same is true for Russia, the rest of Europe, and even the Scandinavian countries. However, we still have an Egyptian princess in the East named Fawzia, who is considered one of the most beautiful women of the East and perhaps one of the most beautiful women in the world. I would nominate her alongside three others: Eva Perón of Argentina, Duchess Marina of Kent, and Bobo Rockefeller of America. Fawzia is 27 years old, with an olive complexion and a striking beauty that makes it hard to believe she is the sister of Farouk, the king of Egypt, who has long been a headache for Britain. She is one of Queen Nasli's 4 daughters. In March 1939, Fawzia married the Crown Prince of Persia in wedding celebrations no less grand than the tales of 1001 Nights, with a level of opulence the East had never before witnessed. Cairo and Tehran were adorned with the flags of Egypt and Iran, and the nights were illuminated with lights and fireworks. However, in accordance with Islamic tradition, Fawzia did not live with her husband until after the second wedding ceremony in Tehran, which lasted for 5 weeks. Fawzia possesses enormous wealth and received a dowry exceeding 100,000 British pounds from her groom, the Crown Prince of Persia. Initially, it seemed the marriage would succeed. They were blessed with a daughter, Shahnaz, in 1940, who was the Shah's darling. But soon, the Shah's behavior began to change. Fawzia discovered that he was bringing other women into the Gulistan palace. She tolerated his actions for a time, and when he ascended the throne after his father's abdication, it seemed he would devote himself to state affairs instead of his desires. But this never happened. Fawzia left Tehran for good in May 1945, on the pretext that the climate did not suit her, but the real reason was her distress over her husband's behavior. When she returned from Tehran to her homeland, Egypt, she brought with her 40 chests of jewelry and clothing. The value of the jewelry in her trousseau was about 69,000 British pounds. Designers described her wedding dress as a dream of delicate white lace meticulously embroidered, worth thousands of pounds. Her wardrobe included coats of white ermine fur and silver and golden fox. Among her jewels was a diamond-studded tiara worth about 31,000 British pounds. In November of last year, the divorce of the Shah of Iran from Fawzia was announced simultaneously with the divorce of King Farouk from Queen Farida. The statement read, "God's wisdom has willed that the sacred bonds that united two noble individuals be dissolved." One of the first reactions to Fawzia's divorce came from Hollywood, which offered her a film contract. But the beautiful Fawzia had other plans. She recently married Colonel Ismail Shireen Bey and remains one of the most elegant women in the Middle East in addition to her striking beauty.
I must tell you about my wedding jewelry set, Shabka, the most expensive set in the world. On December 24, 1938, after the announcement of my engagement to the Crown Prince of Iran, Shahpur Mohammad Raza Pahlawi, and just 4 months before the scheduled wedding on March 16, 1939, the world's most famous jewelry house, Van Cleef & Arpels, finished designing the most expensive shabka in the world at the time. It was my set, named the Princess Fawzia set for the fiancé of the future Emperor of Iran. Its value was approximately 45,000 Egyptian pounds, an astronomical sum at the time. The set consists of a tiara, a necklace, earrings, and a ring, all studded with platinum and diamonds. The tiara alone is set with 54 pear-shaped diamonds, totaling 92 carats, in addition to 530 baguette-cut diamonds, weighing about 72 carats. The tiara weighed nearly 2 kilograms. After my second wedding in Tehran, I complained to my handmaiden of feeling a headache all day from its weight. The jewelry house described the set as exceptional and one of the most expensive commissions they had ever received. It was later classified as the most expensive wedding jewelry set in the world. I kept my shabka even after my official divorce from the Shah in November 1948. Its retention was a key point in the divorce negotiations that we insisted upon. I made sure to appear with it on official occasions, especially the necklace and earrings, as they were among my most costly and elegant pieces. The last known public appearance of the set was at the wedding of King Farouk and Queen Nariman in 1951. In 1953, it was confiscated, along with all the property of my family, the Muhammad Ali dynasty, described as the people's money, even though the set was originally a gift from my first husband, Emperor Mohammad Raza Pahlawi. The entire set disappeared, except that in 2019, specifically at a Van Cleef & Arpels exhibition in the UAE, the earrings from the set reappeared. The fate of the necklace, tiara, and ring remains unknown.